All right. So this is my project for Geography 351. We were instructed to research three different places in Latin America and just talk about them. So as you can see, looking on Google Earth here, my first location is the Atacama Desert, which is in Chile, which is on the west side of South America. And as you can see here as well, the terrain is rough right here. This is the Andes. The Atacama Desert is just west of the Andes. Now, the Atacama Desert receives roughly 0.6 inches of rain each year, which is hardly anything. There's a few things that influence that. One thing is a subtropical high, which means sinking air. Um, Another thing that affects precipitation is that the fact that the desert is on the leeward side of the Andes Mountains. Leeward meaning that air is sinking and coming down over the mountain into the desert, which means no precipitation. Um, yeah. Oh, and the Peru current coming up the Pacific Ocean right here kind of circulates right here, brings cold water up from deep in the southern hemisphere, brings it up on the coast of Chile. This keeps things cool, prevents a lot of precipitation in this area. But for being a desert, the Atacama Desert is relatively cool. Temperatures are around 65 degrees each year, or throughout the year, I should say. And one notable thing is the temperature range of the Atacama Desert. And yeah, let's pull up a picture here. But you see, there's not much to insulate the temperature here. It's just a big barren desert, and so temperatures can get close to 80 during the day and get down well below freezing, well below 32 Fahrenheit at night. Um, Yeah, so that is pretty incredible. I think I mentioned as well that the Atacama Desert sits at 7,900 feet above sea level, which is very highly situated. Um, yeah, so my next location here is the Chiapas Highlands in Mexico. Let's see how long it takes me to get there. Okay, a little laggy. Um, but we can see here the Chiapas Highlands. Um, so this region, uh, some peaks reach over 9,000 feet tall, which is very impressive. It also has some volcanoes that um, uh, one second here. All right, sorry about that. I was trying to find a map that better shows where the Chiapas Highlands were. I was trying to figure out the elevation with Google Earth as well. But as you can see here, I think this portrays it a lot easier, at least for me to see. So yeah, here's Chiapas, and these are the Central Highlands that I am referring to. Again, more like a large plateau, um, and it's got the climate is a little cooler. It's typical of a location with a higher elevation. Um, and one thing I was investigating were the tectonic plates of the area. And so here is Chiapas, you see. Um, Here's Mexico. And we have a fracture along here. And here is a ginormous plate collision right here, the Cocos plate and the North American plate. We actually talked about an earthquake the other day in class. But right here you see where the Sierra Madre de Chiapas are. There's a large fracture there. And so what this means is these plates would butt into each other, and one just kept rising, and so that's how we get these Sierra Madre de Chiapas there. Um, yeah, one another interesting thing about these Central Highlands is the socioeconomic uh, dynamic of them, which is interesting to think about. More human geography, less physical. Um, Interesting nonetheless. This whole area, the Central Highlands, the Chiapas Highlands, are rich in crop. So coffee, cocoa, bananas, lots of different things are produced here. But most of the villages and towns in this area are very, very poor. So this is a region that is highly exploited for what they produce. Um, yeah, the people in this region are so poor though. So it's a pretty interesting thing to think about, and I think we'll get into that sometime this semester. Um, so yeah, those are the Central Highlands of Chiapas. Sorry, trying to move my thing here. Okay, one second. Okay, there it is. Now, sorry about that. My last site here. Well, actually, I can just show you my um, screensaver. So my screensaver here. Oh, dang it! It's not on there. I'm not sharing my screensaver. Just Google, I guess. Okay, so anyways, my screensaver is the Grand Piton, or it's the Gross Piton in St. Lucia. I went there for vacation with my family a couple of years ago. But yeah, you can see it in these pictures here. This is the Gross Piton, and this is the Petite Piton. These two mountains are just, they kind of stick out over the whole island, and they're really cool. And let me take you there. See how long it takes us to get here this time. Uh-huh. Okay, so there it is. There's the Gross Piton. There's the Petite Piton as well. So where I stayed, you're somewhere up here. But yeah, I got to see these in person, which is part of the reason I chose it. Now, both of these are dormant volcanoes, which is interesting. Um, and it is believed that St. Lucia was formed through either coral buildup or underwater eruptions where lava, magma surfaces and over just thousands and thousands of years ends up, building up, and you get this island. Um, so I thought that was interesting as well. The Gross Piton stands at 2,530 feet tall. The Petite Piton is 2,438 feet tall. So yeah, I thought these mountains were just interesting, and how they're both dormant volcanoes. I think personally, I think it's kind of scary to live in some place where there's volcanoes, but they're both dormant. Um, but yeah, these were my three places. So thank you.